Hello everyone, welcome to today's special edition of Creature Feature Electivire, in which I'm going to put Electivire through its paces a little bit and show you what it can do. As I'm sure you might know, I've been running the Alolan Ninetales Jellicent combo in Ultra Premier, finding it's been working quite well. But part of it, I've been fishing for sort of the perfect third player on this team. I've tried a few, and with varying degrees of success. I mean, Ampharos did okay. I found Swampert and Empoleon both did really well in the right matchups, but occasionally you ran into some really unfortunate final pairings. Basically, Empoleon has the issue that if you safe switch in the Jellicent, what you do is scare off the fighters, and they stay in the back. And when Empoleon comes out, you come face to face with the Shadow matchup, and you lose. And Swampert sort of has the same sort of problem with Dragonites, and particularly with the Empoleon double Dragon team. You're facing a final matchup that you can't win. So I've been mixing up a little bit, just trying to find the perfect thing. They both work really quite well generally, but there's a few things, adverse meta kind of put them off a bit. Ampharos had some success, but it didn't really do it for me. So I thought I might as well go with something a little bit crazy, which is Electivire. Electivire is really very squishy. It's not quite Gengar squishy, but it's close. It's got a very high attack stat, and it's got rapidly charging Thunder Shock, along with Wild Charge and Ice Punch. Now, I like those two moves together because between them they have complete coverage. There's no monotype that resists both electric and ice. Something like Magnezone does resist both, but you resist all Magnezone's moves, so it's a bit more even than that. And because of that, you can hit like a truck against almost anything in the meta. And in particular, if you run into those double dragon teams, Empoleon double dragon, it does nicely against all three. So, just going to hop into matches and we'll see how it plays out. I'm starting to like it because its performance in the zero shield is actually what's quite good. You can usually get to a double wild charge before they take you down with fast move damage, or even sometimes without needing to shield at all, and that means you can get a good shield advantage even if you lose. Okay, so we're gaining Drifblim lead, that's good for us, and in comes Skarmory. Here's another one that Electivire really likes seeing. If you're getting bored of all the Skarms in it, then this is your pick. So we resist their flying damage, we resist everything they can throw at us, and the Wild Charge is super effective and it is going to put them down in one hit. So there we go. Are we going to get double shields? Yes we are, 2 shields down. We've debuffed our defense massively, so we're just going to not shield here. And a Sky Attack still doesn't take us out. That's how crazy it is. So we're going to go for another one, and we've forced them to throw their energy as well, because they can't risk another Wild Charge coming through. So great, they've got 0 energy, Skarmory with no shields left. Now Ninetales can come back in and start to take it apart. With no shields left, we can weather ball it down and shield gain, keep the health, I guess. Or actually, maybe we don't need to, because in comes Obstagoon, even better, because it keeps it away from the Jellicent in the back, and we resist their dark damage. So, I mean, they are probably going to be able to cross-chop us. Usually Obstagoon seem to have to cross-chop in this league. You don't run into too many gunk shots. And yes, there we go. So we can take another cross chop just about, but I don't think we really want to. We have 2 shields, we may as well shield one of those cross chops, because all they got in the back is, well, let's see. We're not going to shield now, because we don't want Obstagoon going head to head with Jellicent, because for all we resist their counter damage, those Night Slashes are going to sting. And at this point we do double shield, because we want to build up to a second Weather Ball. And we just about manage it as well. Oh, okay. I thought I was being a bit brave there. So, goodbye Obstagoon. And Skarm, we're going to get the Weather Ball off. Excellent, take out the Skarm. Probably didn't need to here, I have to say. It was probably just a waste of energy, but still. And now we're going Jellicent versus Drifblim. This is going to sting, because their Shadow Ball will hurt. But our Shadow Ball will hurt in return, so I don't think the Shadow Ball takes it out. Oh, it's Icy Wind. Okay. Even better. That was, I think, a bit of a blunder, but actually I suppose, no, we'd have got the Shadow Ball at the same time, so we had an edge lead, so they're probably better off Icy Winding us rather than Shadow Balling with no damage. Good game, well played. And next up we have Venusaur lead. Okay, so this is good for us, obviously. A Ninetales with ice damage against the grass, they go into a Muck. Now, Muck is another one we really want to keep away from that Jellicent in the back. So, actually this is going to be difficult for us. Muck does do good work against both A-Tails and our Jellicent, but the dark damage is a big problem for our Ghost. So we're going to bring in Electivire now, and we're going to have to shield here because we can't really afford to take a hit. And we're just going to, I think, Ice Punch it down. Get some energy up, and yep, okay, incoming Dark Pulse. Let's find out if we can survive it. Just about, I think, yeah. As you can see, pretty squishy there. But we have got our energy in, and we've got that Wild Charge ready to go. Excellent, got the shield, got another Wild Charge, so let's go see if we can get that other shield. Even better, there we go. And we're going to get another one? No, not quite. So now we need to get the Ninetales in and throw the Weather Ball immediately, because otherwise they could well Sludge Wave us, and that would be very bad news. And a Galvantula, yikes, another one that really doesn't. I think their whole team counters Jellicent, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we're playing with our hands tied behind our back a little bit, because obviously Jellicent is probably not going to help us very much here. So I might have to just throw it under the bus, and yeah, okay, so I'm not sure we can win this. Yeah, well, let's give it a try. Swap out, go with Jellicent, catch the discharge probably, which will sting, but hopefully get to an Ice Beam on the Venusaur and take it down, threaten it enough that it has to throw its energy. Maybe we can get the hit there, maybe. It's all down to how close we are to the Weather Ball on that Ninetales now. We have pressured them to throw, thankfully. They can't really afford to farm us all the way down. And we're going for Weather Ball. No. One fast move, I think. But still, we'll take it. That was close enough. I think that was a good performance. Right, Ninetales into Gengar. So, this is an interesting one, because obviously the Ghost might well have a poison move, and I'm finding increasing numbers of them don't really anticipate you having Psyshock. So, okay, get the shield this time. That's fine by me. We'll take a shield lead. Can't really afford to risk that being a Sludge Bomb. That was just a Shadow Punch. Of course it was. So, we do actually outpace them to Sludge Bombs, but not to Shadow Punches. So, got a shield again. Double bait. So, we'll return the favour by baiting with a Weather Ball. And get the shield off them. Jolly good. And are we going to make it? No, I don't think we are. Hopefully this is a Shadow Punch now. Okay, it's a Sludge Bomb. So they've emptied their energy. That's okay. And Electivire can come in into a match with no shields. Shadow Punch. Please be Shadow Punch. Okay, Shadow Punch. Good. They're not going to take us down. Right, so having had half my team taken down by one Gengar, hopefully we can now finish this matchup. Right, so in comes matchup, and we're just going to go straight into a Wild Charge and throw it right in its face. Wow, look at that. That's a huge amount of damage, and they threw it at the same time. So we can CMP tied on it, they're throwing their energy. We should be able to farm down with our Jellicent now, but they'll switch on us. So, Bravery. This was the team. So I recorded this match prior to the Pidgeot recordings, and this was the team that made me go, hang on a minute, that team would work with Pidgeot. So, kudos to this person, because they're about to do to me what I've been doing to other people with Pidgeot, which is to drop a Brave Bird on my face. Good game, well played. I like the team, I really do. And I'm not going to quite make it. It was close. I mean, I might have gotten with the Ice Beam still, so it goes. Ninetales into Venusaur. Again, another sturdy lead for us. We're going to farm it down with our Weather Balls. The fact they're staying in says to me that whatever they've got in the back also doesn't like Ninetales, which is good. But it does mean we have to be a bit more aggressive with the shielding because we want to preserve its health. Right, that's probably a double move by now. So Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb maybe? Yeah, there we go. Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb. Yeah, okay. But we're going to double shield though. They can have two shields off us, because we're thinking that they stayed in with Venusaur, therefore whatever they've got in the back doesn't like Ninetales. And it's a Swampert. So Swampert's a bit of a nuisance for this team, because obviously one of the things that Electivire really doesn't like is Swamperts. But Jellicent's okay with them, so we're going to catch a Hydro Cannon, and waste their energy, and it's a Kingdra. So, as predicted, whatever they had in the back really didn't like Ninetales. So, we've got to be careful with our Electivire. It's not actually as bad as it sounds, because the Ice Punch does do neutral to Swampert, and we do have the same pace to it as Hydro Cannons. So, it'll lose a straight match, but it's not as bad as it sounds. So now we can bring in our Electivire, because what we want to do is keep that away from the Swampert, which can farm us with Mud Shots. And we're going to throw an Ice Punch here. We're not going to shield, we're just going to, well, obviously we haven't got any shields left, but as you can see, because we've got the energy lead, we can get to an Ice Punch here. It doesn't do a huge amount, but it does do noticeable amounts. There you go, it's a reasonable chunk. And I think they're probably going to farm us all the way down. Yes, they are, but maybe we're going to get the shield off them anyway. No, no shield. Oh dear. Right, they're thrown. That's good. They've probably got a Hydro Cannon loaded. That's going to sting because our health is super low. Can we take a Hydro Cannon and get 2 weather balls into their face? Let's find out. We take a Hydro Cannon, throw the weather ball. They didn't get moved through. That's good. Ever such a frustrating mechanic that's so uneven. And 1, 2, 3. Yes, we can. Any minute, eh? Any minute. I think they might have been only 1 mud shot away from another Hydro Cannon, but that's okay. 1's all we need. So, next up, Ninetales into Ninetales. Mirror match. Now, chances are they've got Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to have to be careful about, trading baits here. So we're going to throw a Side Shock a little bit early, and they're going to probably guess correctly that it wasn't a Dazzling Gleam, and in return, that should be the Dazzling Gleam coming through, so we're going to shield it. There we go. So we've got some damage on them, we've correctly shielded their big damage move. We're going to throw another Side Shock now because we've given the game away that's what we've got. And get the shield. Excellent. And we're going to let it stand now because we've got a shield off them and we've done some damage and it's a weather ball bait. Even better. Didn't think that we'd counted, but I'm losing track at this point. And another Side Shock. There we go. Take it all the way down. Could be Dazzling Gleam at this point again. Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to go for a farm down with Electivire, get a couple of Thunder Shocks energy lead, and as you know, Swampert, just a couple is enough to make a big difference. So Machamp comes in. We kind of don't quite outpace them to the Ice Punches versus the Cross Drops because we've got the same pace as Swampert. So we're 5 then 4, and Cross Drops are 5 then 5. But we do have a Wild Charge here, and we've got their shields down, so this should quite narrowly take that Machamp down. Empoleon. Well, that's good because Jellicent does like going up against Empoleon. Shadow Ball hurts for neutral, and they've pretty much only got a Drill Peck that can actually do us much, neutral damage, and it still doesn't do an awful lot because Jellicent's got reasonable amounts of bulk. So this is quite a good solid matchup for us, even with a shield down. But still, it's not as good as it looks because obviously the cost of Shadow Ball is such that 1 shield is actually quite a lot. So we bring in the Ninetales to catch their Hydro Cannon, and then go for another one. Because obviously now they're going to get another Drill Peck, which is going to take our health a bit threateningly low. I don't know if we could have closed going the other way around, but we'll go with it. Sometimes I'm never quite entirely sure what decisions I'm making. And there we go, farm down the Empoleon. Good game, well played. Dragonite lead. Now Dragonites really don't like Ninetales. Snorlax comes in and we're going to bring in Electivire and we're just going to go for the double Wild Charge. We can take a Body Slam. It's going to hurt. It's going to take a health quite low. But like I say, one of the goals here is to just double Wild Charge everything we can. And there we go, 2 Wild Charges loaded, back to backs. We're really lucky that I'm going to throw a Body Slam in between, because that always sucks a bit. And they are. So we're going to shield, because now their health is low enough, and our health is low enough, but we've got an Ice Punch loaded and we don't want to waste that. And we're going to farm a little bit more for the Ice Punch. Probably didn't need to, didn't really make much difference, but still. Might as well get a slight energy lead, and then comes the Venusaur. Okay, so now we know we're in a situation where the Dragonite in the back is going to get utterly wrecked by our Alolan Ninetales, so we really want to preserve it against the Venusaur. And in return, the Jellicent, it's okay, but it's not great. So we're going to put the Jellicent in and just eat a, hopefully a Sludge Bomb actually. Oh, brilliant, that was good. Obviously, Ghost resists poison, and it means we can now Ice Beam this Dragonite. Goodbye, Dragonite. You did not like that. Are we going to get to another Ice Beam? No, we're not. We're going to let it go, though. We'll keep that shield for our Ninetales, which has the really nice matchup here. And they've got another move? Okay, fair enough. As Sludge Bomb comes through, we've got a shield though, so all we have to do is get to 2 Weather Balls and back-to-back them against this Venusaur. And hopefully do that before they get to their next move. And there we go. Good game. I'm actually hoping that there are some people I run into who don't realise you've got Ice Plunge and they'll not shield it on a Dragonite or something. That would be hilarious. So, Lucario. Now that's an interesting one. Haven't seen many of those. Now, Lucario is another one that also has play against almost the entire team. So we're just going to go straight into Psyshock because it's quick enough that they might be anticipating Weather Ball, that they resist, and rather than Psyshock that they don't. So, there we go. Their Power Up Punch and Shadow Ball. I'm going to just take a gamble it's not Shadow Ball. We've got 2 shields. Throwing Shadow Ball into 2 shields hurts, and that was too quick for a Shadow Ball, so we're just going to guess it's Power Punch again. And then go through a Weather Ball to bait them, because now we've got 2 of those, and anyone will take them out. So we're not going to throw the Psyshock here. Goodbye. Okay, so in comes Empoleon. I probably didn't want to throw here, but never mind. We're going to switch quickly to Electivire and start zapping. They're staying with their Empoleon against an Electric, which is very brave, I think. So we're going to just carry on farming. And throw an Ice Punch. See if they want to shield here. No. Okay. Let's do it again. It seems a bit of a fast Ice Punch down in Empoleon, but let's go with it. And we're going to shield, because we've got another Wild Charge practically loaded. And I'm going to throw the Ice Punch again. This is probably the worst possible way to take down an Empoleon, because Ice Punch is double resisted. That's just madness. But anyway, so Togekiss can come in, and that's why they didn't switch out, just because they've got a flyer in the back. And that really isn't going to be liking the Wild Charges either. So, still, it's also not going to be liking the Ice Beams off the Jellicent. So, yeah. Again, this is also a little bit of a hazard situation, so we're going to switch into Catch, and third shield with our Ninetales. Eat the Ancient Power in the face. I don't know if it would have taken out the Jellicent, but it would have been rather closer than I like. And obviously they've still got that shield left. We'll throw the Ice Beam, we may as well, but obviously they're going to shield it. And actually that probably shouldn't have thrown that, because it brought us a bit closer to failure than I'd like. So we drew. Wow, haven't done that in a while. Anyway, good game, well played. I'll take a draw. Ninetales versus Gallade. Okay, 1, 2, 3. They're at a Leaf Blade. We can throw the Weather Ball. Shield this. Don't shield this. 4. They're at close combat. Going to let them throw a close combat. Ouch, that hurts. In comes Swampert. We're going to Weather Ball the Swampert and then switch to the Jellicent. Keep it away. No, we're going to let it take us all the way down. Yeah, okay. So this way, of course, if we brought in the Jellicent and got switch locked, they could switch out. Whereas this way we can keep the alignment. I don't know what it is. Swamperts always seem to throw the Earthquake first, but only when I don't shield. That's the way it works. If you shield, they were baiting. If you don't shield, they weren't baiting. Anyway, so Shadow Ball is going to be getting Swampert's attention. Obviously we could take the Hydro Cannon there, and goodbye Swampert. Okay, Escavalier, this is going to be too tricky. Are you going to shield today? Because with Ghost we do resist the counters, but it's going to be quite tight, and Drill Run is really going to hurt our Electivire. So we have switched out the Jellicent to preserve it, but I don't think it's going to matter. At least in theory though, we can switch out to clear our debuff. Electivire is a bit too squishy to really get away with that though, so we'll double shield the Drill Runs, and we're going to go for Wild Charges. Very sportingly switched out for us, because that means we can actually have a chance to farm rather than taking another Drill Run. Okay, there's Gallade and Wild Charge going through. Right, so if they let the Wild Charge land, this will take him out, but we're anticipating a shield here. And we're going to get to another one. No, we're going to throw the Ice Punch instead, because that way, hopefully, we're going to switch and catch a Drill Run. Yeah, they couldn't afford not to, because we were too close to a charge move. So now the question is, can we get there? No, not quite. Well played, good game. This Cavalier is a bit of a monster. There's a few things that just counter it very hard. It's not really got any play at all against flyers, but in general it's a very powerful Pokemon. Right, so Machamp lead. Anticipating a cross chop here. Machamps seem to like to bait a lot. They're masters of baiting. That time they knew we had a Psycho Cut, or they just didn't want to risk the Weather Ball. So we're going to let this land. Cross chop. Excellent. So we've got a shield advantage now. That's good. I'm going to shield now because this will take us out. So this is why you don't actually need to bait very often, but we are going to quick switch to Electivire and go Electivire versus Clefable, which is interesting. They're taking us apart with those charms, but not before we get to the double Wild Charge. Again, this is the glory of Electivire, because it charges so fast. You can usually do that and do back-to-back charge moves, and either they're going to shield or they're going to go down, and either's good for me. There we go. So we've got that extra shield off them. Got Machamp in the back, and we've got a shield advantage. So we're going to drop in and quickly Weather Ball them, and there we go. Risky for them to bring in Machamp now. Ooh, Charizard. Okay, Charizard's going to be fun. Still, it is at least neutral to ice, so we're going to Weather Ball it and switch immediately to Jellicent. Hopefully well, we resisted Blast Burn, so we're not going to shield here. We want to save that shield up for Machamp to be rock sliding us, and we're just going to go straight into Shadow Ball. Both Shadow Ball and Ice Beam are neutral, but Shadow Ball does a bit more because it has stab, and it's also a really powerful move. And now Machamp. We've got a shield against Machamp. We pretty much have to shield their first move because we can't risk it being a rock slide. And I don't think they'll get to a second one either way. So we're going to build up to a Shadow Ball, and off we go. They concede. Well, good game, well played. What do we have next? Next up, we're going with Take a While to Load. Talk amongst yourselves. Maybe sometime. Okay. Marco Hacks. Hello. What you got for me? Galvantula. Jolly good. So we're going to go with Galvantula, and from experience, Galvantula seemed to. Oh, okay. Politoed. Brilliant. We've got Electivire versus a Water type. That's good for us. But it's a very spammy Water type, and we're just not going to shield this Weather Ball, and just watch how much damage it does. Yikes. That's how squishy we are. And they've got another one ready, so we're going to have to shield that one. But we are going to return the favour with back-to-back Wild Charges, so, shield this. He's doing an outrageous amount of damage, and one hit them. Okay, so now comes the Galvantula. Let's see if they know we've got Ice Punch. Seems they do. Either that or they didn't want to take a Wild Charge, and we're going to get to another Ice Punch. They are farming us for energy though, which is going to suck, but still, we'll take it. Take a big chunk off the Galvantula, and of course we won the switch advantage, so we can now keep our Jellicent away from the electric. Good. Lunge. First call. And we're going to throw Weather Ball in return. Get the shield. And in comes a Stunfisk, which we can swap into for Jellicent. This isn't quite as good as it looks, because Stunfisk is quite dangerous with Earthquakes, but that was too quick, so not going to shield, feel like a Rock Slide. Sure enough, it's a Rock Slide. Going to overfarm a little bit, because if they're throwing a Rock Slide already, we've got a little bit of time before they get to the next Earthquake. And we're just going to Shadow Ball. Kablam! Again, that felt too quick, so we're going to call it a Rock Slide and hope. Okay, miscount, fair enough. Well played. I think we're still going to get to a Shadow Ball though and put you down. So there we go. Kablam! Not quite. Not going to shield now. Because Rock Slide doesn't quite take us out, and we do have the Ninetales in the back. And in comes the Galvantula to farm us down. That was good play for their part. We're going to shield now. Hopefully they're going to throw a Discharge. No. Okay. Lunge is a bit of a nuisance, but let's go with it. And they got a Volt Switch through as well. Outrageous. Always happens to me that way, and not my opponents. Still, Ninetales could close, so that's okay. Good game. Well played. Empoleon lead. Ninetales does not like Empoleons, so let's see if we've got Empoleon Double Dragon here. No, it's Tangrowth. Okay, well, fine. Tangrowth don't like Ice Punches very much, even though they do have quite spammy Rock Slides. This is going to hurt a bit. But look at that. Big chunk off with the Ice Punch, and we've got another one ready. Kablam! Okay, so they've got to a Rock Slide. Rock Slide's probably the right call here because it's the cheaper move. It doesn't really matter whether it's stab or not when it's this squishy. And so it's another Rock Slide, yeah. Okay, so we're going to build up and go for another Ice Punch, and hopefully this will take them out. If they don't shield, it will. If they do shield, we'll get another shield. Okay, so we're in the switch. Hi Empoleon, have a wild charge to the face. You can't afford not to shield this. So we'll get that other shield. Thank you very much. Excellent. A little bit of damage with the Volt Switches, but sorry, the Thunder Shocks, but not a great deal. But we do win the switch advantage, which is what we really wanted, because we want Jellicent against this Empoleon, not the Ninetales. Drill Peck's a bit of a nuisance, but we resist everything they can throw, except for lag, and we don't resist that. Drill Peck stings a bit. We're going to overfarm a little and count to the necessary 5 waterfalls. Throw a Shadow Ball, and I think we farm down. Yes, farm down. And whatever they had in the back doesn't like Jellicent very much, so good game, well played. Ninetales versus Gengar. Okay, so let's see if they know we've got Psyshock and whether they're feeling brave. Straight into Psyshock. Hopefully they'll anticipate a Weather Ball, which Gengar can survive. Actually, a Weather Ball Ice, just about. But it can't survive that. Right, so that was too quick, so that was a Shadow Punch coming through in return, so we're not going to shield. Goodbye Gengar. That was a nice start to the match. In comes Talonflame. We do not like that. We're going to build up some energy and go for a switch to Electivire and start building up some energy. They're going to throw, so we're going to shield. Flame Charge it is, okay, and we're going to carry on. Ooh, a Bomber Snow, exciting. Obviously it resists the electric damage, but the ice does neutral. So this is the joys of Electivire. It can usually have an answer for almost anything someone swaps in. But as you can see, not a great deal. It's still only neutral, and Ice Punch is a bit of a wussy move. 55 damage. It's not great. But we are going to get to their attention, so that's fine. A Bomber Snow can throw, and are we going to get another Ice Punch? Not quite, no. So, Ninetales can come in and throw a Weather Ball as well. And actually, this whole team's got Ice on board. I hadn't really appreciated that. I suppose Ice makes really good coverage in the meta, just generally. We're not going to shield here because we don't really want to be wasting our shield. And it's a Weather Ball. Right, so the Talonflame comes in, and we want to do a bit of chip damage with this Weather Ball. And then go for a switch to Jellicent. And just try and hope and pray they don't go for the Brave Bird. But we can't afford for them to do that, so we're not going to risk it. Because I think we can get to the Shadow Ball anyway before they get to the second. And sure enough, we can, and get one more Hex worth of damage. And a Bomber Snow is going to get to Energy Ball first. That is going to sting. I think we can take it. Yes, we can. So Shadow Ball in return. Balls versus balls. And my balls are bigger than your balls. Right, there we go. Good game. Well played. Another Gengar. Someone must have run a video on this. I mean, I did, I guess, but I'm not really popular enough for it to influence the meta like this. But someone of the big streamers must have done. So again, this was too quick, so we know it's a Shadow Punch. We're going to throw a Side Shock in return and see if they anticipate it being a... Ooh, dear. In comes Empoleon, so we go quickly to switch to Electivire and start zapping at it. So, Kingdra, hello Kingdra. We're going to throw our Icy Punch here and just hits for neutral against Kingdra. I mean, so does Wild Charge. So we are going to build up the threat and a Wild Charge, I think, and see if we can't get one to land. Another Ice Punch going through. Yep, and let's try with another one. At this point, their health's low enough that this will take them out if they don't shield, so we get the shield. That's okay, we'll take that. And now we bring the Ninetales. It's not quite as good as against Kingdra as it is against Dragonite, but they do only have Octazooka to really do any damage. But it always gets a debuff when they throw it at me. Still, Weather Ball will take them out. And now we've got Empoleon versus Jellicent. This is bad news for them. Not much that can be done. Because we've got 2 shields and something that resists water and so they concede. Fair enough. I'll take it. And what do we have? Okay, so Swampert again. A Shadow Swampert, no less. So they can't really afford not to shield us, but at the same time we can't really afford to bring Electivire in because they will farm it and get a huge energy lead. So we're going to throw Weather Balls. They outpace us to their charge moves slightly because they're 9 for 2 and we're 10 for 2. But we are going to shield. We want to stay in and win this matchup. And so we're going to double shield. But we do have a Weather Ball ready to answer, so that's okay. Let's see if they want to go double shield as well. Answer is no. At this point, that's probably a mistake on my part. I should have brought in the Electivire. But I suppose I've got no shields left, so actually on hindsight that's probably not such a bad call after all. Well, just my reaction was probably the wrong one. Okay, so Shadow Ball, we can throw at the Empoleon. The problem is they've still got the Swampert waiting for us to take on with the Electivire. So that is actually quite bad news for us. And it all depends on whatever they've got third. Probably a Grass type, maybe? I mean, they're double water otherwise. Let's find out. Now, I'm guessing they're not going to shield this because they want to save that shield for that Swampert, because obviously Swampert with a shield lead is ghastly. Oh, there's a Drifblim, so let's see if they want to shield this. They do, good call. So, farm us down, and we're going to build up to Weather Ball and throw quickly. Just get 1 Powder Snow of energy in. Ooh, look at that. Right, so is this a Shadow Ball? It's probably a Shadow Ball because Icy Wind we resist. It is a Shadow Ball. We switch quickly, and they also anticipate the switch, or had the same idea, I don't know which. So we're going to be trading Ice Punches with this Swampert and see if we can survive a Hydro Cannon off a Shadow Swampert. I'm not sure we can. Let's find out. Can we survive a Hydro Cannon? Go on, you know you want to. We certainly can't survive an Earthquake. Okay, so that's okay. We can farm them down now, and we've got 2 Weather Balls. That's enough. 1 Weather Ball, 2 Weather Balls. Goodbye, Drifblim. Good game, well played. There we go. So there was a 5 out of 5 set. So actually I think that was quite a credible performance by Electivire there. I hope you appreciated that. I like the Wild Charge Ice Punch combo with the Fast Charger. I mean, it's just very, very threatening. Kind of like Magnezone, but with in my opinion, better coverage, actually, I have to say. Magnezone does get the steel resistances, those are nice, but Mirror Shot's just not very scary. Ice Punch, on the other hand, really, really worries Dragon types. You haven't seen it in this video, but it pretty much one-hits a Dragonite. I have landed a couple of times, but mostly they realise that this would hurt and they do actually shield. So yes, hopefully that's given you a bit of inspiration for your team building, and thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.